Hello! This is a bit different, isn't it? I really dread to think what this looks like when I play it back. I might have to film it again. Well, today I thought I would show you the exercises that I do to try and keep myself nice and strong, and hopefully help any of you out there who think, how am I going to exercise when I'm in a wheelchair? But there are lots of things you can do, and before I start this, obviously if you're looking to do any exercise, then please speak to a medical professional first. I have no responsibility for the actions that you take after this video. But basically, I'll tell you what I do. Every now and then I do a little bit of horse riding, and if you follow me over on Instagram then you'll know that. It played a massive part in my rehabilitation when I was younger. I did the riding for the disabled. I've actually been riding since I was about 4, and then I had my operation when I was 9. But that didn't stop me, and I carried on riding, and I still ride to this day, and I'll see if I can find some pictures and footage to insert so you can see. And horse riding is amazing. If you can go to an RDA, riding for the disabled stables, then they can help you with exercises, and apparently 10 minutes of horse riding is the equivalent to half an hour of physiotherapy, so that's worth bearing in mind. And it's great for the core, and I also find that it's really good for my mental health as well. Really helps boost my well-being. It just makes me feel so alive. It's just nothing like it. You know, you're so free and able. It's just absolutely amazing. And also I kind of feel quite smug, I guess, that I'm quite good at riding and better than quite a lot of able-bodied people. And yeah, it's just a chance to give me that sort of edge of ability over able-bodied people. Another thing that I do is swimming. That is an amazing exercise that so many people with so many disabilities can do. It's non-weight bearing, it's great for you, and when I was going through rehab I did hydrotherapy as well, and that's another thing where I feel like I'm at an equal playing field with able-bodied people. When I'm in the water, like, there's no real physical disability there, and that's how it feels to me anyway. Yeah, I used to be very self-conscious of swimming, which I know a lot of people with disabilities are. I might make a video on that another time. But today I'm going to show you my home exercises that I do. So I feel that it's very important to have my core muscles really strong and have my upper body as strong as possible, because obviously that's what I'm using to get around. My back is really weak, and I suffer with sciatica. I've also had a cesarean, so I feel that it's very important to keep up with being really strong in the core areas. So I'm going to show you my exercises. These are my exercises that I do, that I've kind of developed. It's kind of like a bit of Pilates-y type exercise, which is another thing I like to do, is Pilates, and some weights. So here we go, I'm going to show you. Are you ready? Okay. Right. So also, I forgot to mention, you'll notice that my legs are up on cushions. That's because I can't put my feet excuse me, on the ground, you know, and hold them there for a long period of time. So this is something you might like to do to help. Right, so the first one I like to do is I really like to engage my pelvic floor, if you're able to. My injury is quite low, so I do have movement down here. So I like to engage my pelvic floor, and these muscles in here, which are quite hard to find actually. It took me a while to find them, and you can find them by doing your pelvic floor, or I think it was laughing I managed to find it. But yeah, I like to keep these tense while I do these exercises to make them nice and strong. So the first one I do is I just breathe in, and as I breathe in I lift one arm up over my head like that and let it stretch for a bit, and then breathe in and breathe out again, and then do the same on the other side. Now I'm not entirely sure if I'm doing the right, or if there's a right way or a wrong way. The postman coming in or someone. Okay, but this is what I like to do, and I do notice a difference. So I will do about 10 of these on each side, and it really helps stretch out the muscles in my arms because I get very, very stiff and tight from wheeling around. So I can feel it really, if you can hear that, that's the dog breathing. Really, really tight in here, so I can feel that all loosening up, which is really, really nice. Another one that I like to do, which I can understand that maybe some of you can't do, excuse me, is like a pelvic tilt. So lifting this area up ever so slightly, tensing my butt cheeks if you've got bum movement there, and that really helps strengthen all in here. Back. So I'm going to move on to my next one. The next one, which I really, really like to do, is you lay on your side with your knees, if you can, put them in parallel with your hips, and then I put my arms out straight like this, like I'm gonna dive kind of into a swimming pool, and then I breathe in and then breathe out and then move my arm back like this and follow it with my head, and if I can, I try and put it on the floor, and wow, I can feel it's really, really tight under my armpit. And then bring that back like that, and that helps open up your chest, because your chest, I don't know about you, but I find that my chest gets really, really tight because I'm sort of constantly like this. So it's really, really nice to just open out your chest and feel it stretching and twisting. I can feel it twisting on my back, which is nice. And I'm going to repeat that on the other side, so you're going to get a nice little flash on my bum. For the purposes of this video, I will show you like this, and that feels really nice. Okay, so the next exercises that I like to do is ones to, as I said, open up my chest, because I find that that gets really, I'm sort of hunched and doing this all the time. So I like to just do stretches like this, and I do remember doing exercises like this while I was on the horse when I was younger. That really helps stretch all out. And then I like to open out my arms like this, and then lift one hand up, and then come back to centre, lift the other hand up, come back to centre, and then I'll probably do like about 10 of those. I like 10, it's a good number. And then just lift my arms up for a bit. I just do what feels kind of natural and what feels right. And breathe, and that feels really good. And then another one, it's rolling the shoulders, and then pulling your head, and then back the other way. And then another one, which is nice, is putting your hands like this, just in level with your chest, and then moving, stretching that out, and stretching that out, and then come back to centre. So another thing that I really suffer from is tight muscles. Well, I did tell you I suffer from tight muscles, and my muscles get so tight sort of around my chest and around like my lungs. It doesn't become difficult to breathe, but like I feel like I've got some sort of tightness around here, and sometimes if I've had some physio or a massage or something, I can feel like so much lighter and it feels so much better to breathe. So I mentioned it to my lady who does a bit of massage and physio, and she said what you can do is breathe in and then breathe out for as far as you possibly can, and if not further, and that really helps sort of strengthen the lungs and helps with breathing. So I do a few of those as well. So like that. But it really, really does help. So moving on to my favourite part of the exercising, and this is my weight training, and these are not particularly heavy. They are 1.1 kilos. It's not really about like building muscle. I don't really want to be like really muscly, but do want a bit of tone, and I just want a bit of strength there. Also, weight bearing exercise is really, really important for bone density, and I think I am at high risk of developing osteoporosis. And research has been shown that by eating a portion of prunes every day and taking vitamin D and or calcium supplements, it can help improve bone density. So I have started taking vitamin D and eating a portion of prunes every day to help with my bone density. If you want to, then please feel free to Google that, but there is research on it, and I will do anything, you know, to make sure that I'm not at risk, because I've seen both of my grandmothers with osteoporosis and it's something that I definitely want to avoid. So here we go. This, as I said, is my favourite. I do like more sort of like, kind of exercises. I'd love to do like boxercise and stuff like that. So I do like, I don't even know exactly what they're called, but here we go. So I do 10 bicep curls, just like this, really help engage the muscles, and I do them quite quickly as well. You know, they're not like super strong, heavy. As I said, I've got enough weight to carry around and lift, so do those. And then I do this one too for the old bingo wings, because we need nothing worse than having bingo wings, so I do that on both sides. And then another one I like to do is this one. Lift those up. So that's it, my exercise regime. I hope you enjoyed it. And let me just tell you, setting all of this up to film today was actually more of a workout in itself. Like, you have no idea like how hard, well maybe you do actually, how hard it is just to set everything up. So that's my exercise routine. If there's anything else you want to see, then let me know. But make sure that you remember to give me the thumbs up, because that's really nice. It gives me a really good idea of what videos are working and what videos aren't working so well. And let me know again in the comments if there's anything you want to see. I've got lots of ideas, but it's really, really great to get some input to videos that you want to see as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do, because I'm doing lots of disability related videos, and I really hope to see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!